Coming up on this episode of NPS Now, ground is broken for the new Larchmont Elementary. The new Richard Bolin Elementary gets topped off. And specialty programs are showcased to students and parents. In our third segment, we'll take a closer look at mentoring in our district. Plus, Steve Suttmiller with sports. All that and more next on NPS Now. Welcome to NPS Now, your source for news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner. Norfolk Public Schools celebrated its third groundbreaking in just under a year at Larchmont Elementary in early January. After brief comments about the importance of the new school, city and school officials, along with staff and students from Larchmont, began shoveling, marking the beginning of a brand new Larchmont Elementary.
Well, I'm just excited about the opportunity for another school to come up. We know that the physical environment is critical to the learning environment. So, just being here today after all the hard work, having the partnership with the city, seeing this come about, having the community step forward and support it and say how important investing in our schools is, I think it's critically important.
It is a step into the 21st century as our students need to be challenged with things that the building prevented us from being able to do. So hopefully with the technology aspect and the new design of the building, it will enable us to have a higher academic standards for our students here in Larchmont.
The new building, which is scheduled to open at the start of the 2017-18 school year, will house approximately 700 students in grades pre-K through 5 and feature a pre-medical sciences program. Meanwhile, the new Richard Bolin Elementary at Broad Creek is shaping up to be ready by the start of next school year. To celebrate the progress, a topping off ceremony was held. During the event, school and city officials were able to tour the new facility. This building will house science, computer, and project labs, as well as a state-of-the-art media center for the students of the Broad Creek community.
I'm excited to be here. I can remember way back, long before I was on the school board and was on the Housing Authority board, and we were working with the City Council and Vice Mayor Burford at the time, and we're really trying to identify a new school as a critical success factor for the Broad Creek community. So it's great to see this project come about, not only for the students here, but for the entire community.
The children have been waiting for a long time, as well as their parents, and so now we're here at this point, and there's lots of excitement, but it's also going to require that there be a lot of community as well as citizens getting involved to make sure that Richard Bolin is a success here in the city of Norfolk.
This is going to be a wonderful facility. I'm impressed with the design, I'm impressed with the space, and what a milestone today as we complete the topping off ceremony, and just to see that this is progress that is happening. And in a few short months, we'll be talking about moving students and teachers and the community into this building for success. So it's going to be a great space for learning.
In December, prospective students and their parents attended an open house at Norfolk Technical Center. They saw club poster presentations, visited classrooms and labs, met teachers, and even participated in a crafts bazaar. That same night, Lake Taylor High School hosted students and parents who were interested in the district's middle and high school specialty programs. Each program was featured with a special presentation in the auditorium, while out in the foyer, first-hand information was available from teachers and both current and former students in the programs.
Well, I'm here to help out Ms. Pryor and Ms. Butler because they were like my favorite teachers, and they asked as a favor if any of alumni could come and tell about the program and our experiences. And I love the program, so I could do anything I can to help.
There is so much within the city, within the school system of Norfolk, that opportunities for students. I think to present something like this and have a forum like this where parents can see what is offered For middle school students and high school students, it just gives them more information about opportunities and options that are available.
Well, with my daughter going into middle school, I want to see what the different programs are that's out there and see what they have to offer so I can make sure to send her to the best place. I believe that it is very important. Prior to coming here, I didn't know what any of the middle schools had to offer for my baby. However, now I'm very well aware and I plan on submitting lots of applications.
The Medical and Health Specialties program at Maury High School recognized 33 seniors during their 7th annual White Shirt Ceremony. As part of the ceremony, each student's name was read as they crossed the stage in their white shirts. They later recited the student Hippocratic Oath to show their commitment to learning and each other. Recent graduates spoke to the students about the value of the medical program and how it prepared them for college. But for these current seniors, this ceremony was just a celebration of all their hard work and all the knowledge they've gained.
The history of the white shirt or the white coat for the doctors is that passing of knowledge from people who have worked hard and lived life and gotten those experiences, and we want to do that with the students, and so that's where the white shirt ceremony came from.
It's a great experience going through our last year, having to sit through it for 3 years, and it's finally here. It shows a big accomplishment for all of us, and going through it with your friends is definitely great.
It's definitely like a feel. It's kind of bittersweet because, like all of these people, they're like my friends and everything. And, it's just kind of like really hitting me that, like we all going our separate ways in the next couple of months.
Well, it's definitely an exciting moment. I've been anticipating it for 4 years, and I feel like a lot of my hard work has paid off, and I'm just really excited for the rest of high school and beyond. I love that I'm with a group of highly motivated students just like myself, and I love that the teachers specifically make the classes for medical applications, and I feel like it's really going to be useful because the medical field is where I want to continue after high school.
International Baccalaureate graduates from Granby High School's class of 2015 returned to their alma mater to receive their IB diplomas or IB certificates during a special ceremony. Following a couple of heartfelt speeches, each student's name was read as they received their diploma or certificate. This special occasion, which was attended by family, friends, and current IB students, gave the Granby staff one last chance to recognize this outstanding group of graduates.
Oh my Lord, it was amazing, absolutely great. I think finally crossing the stage was when you finally realize, now, you crossed stage back in June, but crossing it now today was kind of the final wrap up for all of high school. It was just a really great experience to finally say that you did it and kind of gloat for a little bit.
It gives them a chance to come back together. It gives us a chance to really congratulate those who earned the diploma, which is a really high achievement for any high school student, and those who also earn the IB certificate, because whether it's an IB diploma or an IB certificate, they had 4 years of hard work in high school, and we need to congratulate them for that.
Members of 2 local chapters of the International Longshoremen's Association played Santa in mid-December as they delivered over 30 bicycles to James Monroe Elementary students. This is the 3rd year the group has made a donation to a school during the holidays, and their reasons for doing so were clear.
Well, it's always important to give back because you got to look at it as you was growing up in your younger days. You had a role model, you had an individual that come into the community and do things for the kids in the community. Especially love, to let them know there's somebody besides their natural born parents and mother and father that really care about them.
Erica Tucker, founder of the nonprofit charity Pajama Jams, whose mission is to bring comfort to children in their time of need, partnered with NPS by providing much-needed pajamas to children who might otherwise go without. This is the 2nd year that Pajama Jams has partnered with NPS, and this year, 3 of our elementary schools hosted them, Jay Cox, Tyward Park, and PB Young. Each location was provided with enough pajamas for any and all students, regardless of their needs.
I just want to share in what is sometimes considered a luxury, and some of these kids have never had pajamas, and I know that my kids never go without, and I have some volunteers here that never go without, and it's nice that we can collect pajamas and offer this little comfort to these kids right before Christmas.
the City of Norfolk's Department of Public Works held a rally at Ruffner Academy just prior to winter break. This event was designed to encourage students to strive for good grades and to try to be the best people they can be. Wavy TV 10's Anita Blanton was the host. Special guests included NFL Hall of Famer Bruce Smith and Boxing Hall of Famer Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. Entertainment was provided by the All-City Drumline, Granby High School cheerleaders, and Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated.
People who are from the city of Norfolk, who attended Norfolk Public Schools and went on to become successful in their own right. And we just wanted them to talk a little bit about how it was growing up in Norfolk and just give them encouragement to develop and just to stay in school and stay away from any troubles or ills that they may encounter.
My message to kids is you don't have to be a product of your environment. You know, you can be successful no matter what's going on in your life, or no matter whether you have your parents there full time, or if somebody's in your family doing drugs, selling drugs, whatever, you still can be successful. You got to want a way out, but you got to use school as your way out. School, you can definitely be successful, and you got to use your teachers, use your resources, teachers, principals. They're there to help you and to love you and to cherish you to be successful.
A little earlier in the month, parents met in Ruffner's Media Center to learn how to become more involved in the PTA and their children's education. All parents who attended received a student survival kit designed to help their children to be more successful in school. During the meeting, students gathered in the school's cafeteria for their Winterfest dance, where they enjoyed music, games, and fun. The Norfolk Council of PTAs put together a meet and greet in December at Granby High School. This gathering was for members of the PTA and school principals to meet the new superintendent of schools, Dr. Melinda Boone. Entertainment was provided by the Strolling Silver Strings, and the food was prepared by the NTC Culinary Arts Program. Also on hand were members of the school board and school officials. If you have any great story ideas or events happening at your school, please be sure to contact us at nps_news@npsk12.com. Coming up next, NPS Sports with Steve Suttmiller. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I'm Steve Suttmiller, Senior Coordinator of Athletics. Today we have Wayne Davis from Lake Taylor High School here in the studio to talk about your success on the football field and in the classroom at Lake Taylor High School. Yes, Wayne, sir. Welcome.
Welcome.
All right, Wayne, talk about yourself a little bit. Tell us what you do at Lake Taylor High School, your position, and so forth.
Well, I play defensive back at Lake Taylor High School. Also, I play receiver on the offensive side of the ball. Basically, I'm the captain of the team, the leader, and just make sure everything goes right on the team.
Okay, good lead in. You're a leader. You have a lot. You've accomplished a lot your senior year. You've also accomplished a lot in your career at Lake Taylor High School. Not many student athletes get to participate in one state championship game, but you got to participate in 3. And how many rings did you get out of that?
I'm gonna have 2 state championship rings.
All right. So your senior year, you came in thinking that you were going to secure that 3rd one, and I know it was a bitter loss, tough loss, but what can you tell us about that game a little bit?
We came out and played the best that we could. We came out, fell short by 3 points. I mean, we started slow, but during the second half we picked it up a little bit, but we just couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, probably one of the best football games I've been involved in my career. Watching Norfolk Public Schools participate in, and I know not getting that win was difficult, but you guys really set the mark on how football should be played at that level, and congratulations to that. So prior to that game, you had a lot of success on the field, and you had a lot of awards. Talk about the awards that you have received up until that game.
Well, I had won the Gatorade Player of the Year award. I had won All-State the year before. I had won All-Region, First Team All-Eastern District, All-Tie Award the year before, my junior year.
You basically won every award that's out there, so that's pretty unique. Which one is your favorite?
The Player of the Year. Just to know I'm the best player around here, and I got a chance to showcase my talent.
Right. Now, this Gatorade Player of the Year, you're in some unique company, and that's the whole state. So
yes, sir.
Out of this area, I think we've only had 2 previous winners in football, and now you're up for the National Player of the Year. So what kind of things will Gatorade do for you?
I think I get a chance to go to the Esprits. I think they're going to come to my school and give me a ceremony.
Okay. All right, let's kind of go back through the season now. What was your most memorable game as a senior?
I had to say the Kings Fort game, because we came back from a 21 point deficit coming out of halftime, and we just bounced back from adversity.
Okay, well, in that game, there's one thing I'll never forget, and that's that announcer saying, "There goes Wayne Davis again." I think you had 4 touchdowns in that game. So, you know, it's kind of hard. You know, football is an 11-man team. 11 guys are on the field, but and it takes all 11 to win a football game.
Yes, sir.
But that's the first time I said there was one guy that won a football game all by himself, and that was a heck of an accomplishment. So, talk a little bit more about that game.
Well, it started when we gave up an early touchdown. JT missed the interception. Dude caught the ball. It happens in football. Then we had another player who lost their man, and then he scored. So now we're playing behind for 14. So now we put pedal to the metal. So I'm telling the team, give me the ball, and everybody else just do their assignment. I couldn't do it without my offensive line. They were blocking. Tyreek delivered the ball on time, and I just made plays. I'm a playmaker.
Yeah.
That's what captains and leaders do.
Well, again, another good lead-in. Let's talk about leadership. Coach Sawyer's had some great teams. He's had some great players, and he's also had some good leaders. And I think you were around as a freshman, as a state champion. You didn't quite make it there as your sophomore year, and then your junior year, you got that state ring again. And Marquise Poole was a leader. So how'd you feed off of some of those past players?
Since my freshman year, looking up to guys like Jalen, Don, Jaquel, Spellman. Spellman was the leader on the freshman team. He led us to a state championship, Port Chop. So I got a chance to be with those guys and feel like what real leaders are and what it takes to win a state championship. So not just on the field, but off the field also with academics, make sure my team have grades, keeping up with their GPAs.
That's good. All right, so you mentioned off the field. Who has helped you persevere through some of the things in your life to get to this point?
Coach Sawyer, my recreation coach, Coach Glenn, my 2 stepfathers, Sean Newby and Corey Cartwright, my 2 stepmothers, Takesha Taylor and Bella White. Just my whole family in general.
All right. Sounds like you have a lot of good support people. But now it's your turn to talk about Coach Sawyer. He's talked about you for 4 years, and he's been real appreciative of all the success you've done. Let's talk about Coach Sawyer. How has he helped you develop, not only in a football player, but also as a leader off that field?
Coach, he's an amazing person.
It's your time,
in general.
man. Give it to him.
He's just an amazing person. Like, on the field, he just focuses on the little things that can hurt us. Then he just tried to be a father figure to each and every one of the players. I really didn't even know anything about God till I really started coming to high school, and we had Bible study every Thursday. Learning more and more about the Bible. He just tell us put God first, keep God first, make our own personal prayers. To each and every one of the teammates that.
Okay.
So he changed my perspective.
Okay. All right, so it's been well documented that you've had some tragedies in your life. So talk about and tell us how you've kind of overcome some of those things.
Well, I lost my mom in 2006. I lost my dad in 2009. So I just use that as motivation when I'm on the football field. I do it for them because I actually started playing football because of my mom. When I was 3 years old, she put me into football, and soon later she died. So this is why I keep playing. This is why I keep playing football.
Okay. Well, you're doing a great job in her honor. All right, so Wayne, to wrap this up, I think you might have mentioned this before in the beginning, but tell us what you're going to do next year, and let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, I'm working hard right now in the off season to go up to Ohio State and hopefully play as a true freshman.
All right, Ohio State is one of the top 5 programs in the country. How did you decide between Ohio State and what were some of your other choices?
Well, my top 3 was Ohio State, Virginia Tech, and Michigan. I just broke down the depth charts, look at the players they got coming in, look at the players they got leaving, and which ones have DBs in the league that stays the longest, and how long they have played in the NFL. And once I get my degree from, like, Ohio State is the #1 116 public university in the country.
Okay, sounds like you did your homework and you've picked a real good school. So we're excited to follow you there. Now, as a leader, what can you now tell some of the players that are behind you what they need to do to succeed and to keep Lake Taylor's program where it is?
Just work hard in the classroom, work hard on the field, and the weight room. That's the most important part. Like, as soon as the season ended this year, I had over 12 kids that came back in the weight room that was hungry for success for next year. So, I mean, that's a good look for them next year.
We probably have a highlight of you after the game, which is, you know, when you lose a football game, it's probably not the best time to go talk to somebody, but your spirits were right up there, and really being a leader and showing everybody how to lead properly. Talk about what you were thinking and talking to your players.
Well, I mean, I was always taught to have good sportsmanship, no matter if you lose or you win. Losing is part of the game, so I mean, you have to go on with your life after that. So there's no reason not to shake somebody's hand because they beat you. Don't forget that we beat them last year and they still shook our hands. So, I mean, sportsmanship is a big part of the game.
Wayne, I mean, that's exactly what we want from every student athlete. That's a great answer. Appreciate everything that you've done for Lake Taylor, for the Norfolk Public Schools, and I guarantee you, you're going to be very successful down the road. And we look forward to watching you at the next level and maybe at that ultimate level in the NFL. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
More NPS Now after this.
Welcome back to NPS Now. With me today is Renee Smith, a coordinator with Norfolk Public Schools, and Allison Lerner of AmeriCorps Vista. Welcome, ladies, to NPS Now.
Thank you.
Well, this is an exciting month. It not only is the first month of the year, but we're kicking off our National Mentoring Month. And Renee, we have you all here to talk about that. So let's start with you.
Okay.
So how does mentoring fit into our student framework here at Norfolk Public Schools?
We have a student support framework that's known as Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. Most people know it as PBIS. And what that is, there's supports that schools can offer to students who have certain needs and meet certain criteria. Mentoring is one of those support services that we can offer to students who are looking to make some social emotional growth and to be able to build a real quality relationship with another person.
So what does mentoring look like in our school district?
Each school does things a little bit differently, which is great because it's actually specified to their certain school population. But in general, it's a one-on-one relationship that they meet an hour a week, and we ask for a year commitment so the student doesn't have to worry about somebody leaving them halfway through.
Right. So there's a particular framework for a mentoring program, and I believe you mentioned earlier the Virginia Mentoring Partnership. Allison, you want to share that information with us?
Yeah, Virginia Mentoring Partnership, it's a nonprofit based out of Richmond. It's founded in 1993, and they just really work on kind of expanding the quality and quantity of mentoring throughout Virginia. They do a lot of different trainings and capacity building, stuff like that, working with different mentoring agencies.
So this person comes and works with us in Norfolk Schools. How does that work?
As far as the AmeriCorps Vista, yeah, they come to the schools through Virginia Mentoring Partnership, and they just come as a full year position and really work on building up the capacity of the programs, work on recruiting more mentors and training them, just kind of the whole framework of mentoring. They try to come in and help with it.
Renee, why do you feel it's important to connect with this organization?
It's a great partnership because it's somebody that is devoted 100% just to mentoring. And they work in collaboration with the Department of Student Support Services. And as many of us, we wear many, many hats. But when we have this person come in, that's all that they focus on is mentoring so that we can build a quality program.
So what exciting events or activities do you have planned for mentoring this month?
Well, we have a mentoring drive that's going to happen this month, January 19th and 20th, and we're going to have it here at the Central Administration Building. And there'll be signs posted downstairs about where to go, but when people are interested, they can actually come here and they can sign up to be a mentor with us in the Department of Student Support Services.
So what do you plan to accomplish with this effort?
More mentors. The more mentors we have, the better chance that we have that students will have an opportunity to have that one-on-one relationship. And if they don't have a quality relationship with an adult, then we'll be able to provide one for them.
Wow, and so you've been a great support to Renee. And you will continue to be a support to Renee, right?
Yes.
I know I have a coworker who has a mentee in one of the schools. What's some of the criteria to become a mentor?
The main thing is that they're going to have to go through our system, which is Novo Hour, and really the main criteria is just to want to be a person that the students can look up to, somebody who can commit to a year-long time frame with the student and who can commit to the hour a week. They can come from various backgrounds. Whatever they have to give is something that a student is going to want in their lives, and we match them appropriately with whatever experiences that they bring in to the mentor position so that they have a good relationship with the mentee.
And Allison, why do you think it's important for us to have quality mentors in our schools?
Well, I think it's important because it really helps the kids. And quality mentors means people who are trained, people who have kind of been through some sort of quality control to make sure that they would be a good mentor. So it's important to have programs set up where we can talk to people before they come in and mentor to make sure they'd be a good fit for the kid. And we want to make sure that people who would get along with each other, kind of figure out their personalities and match them together so that it's mentors and mentees who really like each other and enjoy spending that year together.
And you want to make it a win-win for everybody.
Right.
So they'll come and do it again and they'll tell somebody else, be a mentor, or you may want to be a mentee.
Yes.
So if they can't come to the drive, folks who are watching this program, what can they do?
That first and foremost, they can contact the Department of Student Support Services, which is 628-3931, and they can ask anybody who answers the phone and say that they would like to be a mentor, and then we'll be able to direct them in whatever direction that they need to go from there.
In addition to the phone call or calling you, you guys have a Facebook page.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And on that Facebook page is where I put weekly, sometimes daily, depending on the events that are going on, where information will go. This event will go out, and there'll be some very specific information with websites and those types of things. But it's facebook.com, and it's /NPS Dream. And they can go on there and they can interact and like our page. And we've added the hashtag #IamNPS as well.
Wonderful. Now, is there a theme nationally that they're using for Mentoring Month?
Yes, the National Mentoring Program is using In Real Life, and the focus of that is so that we're bringing quality, genuine experiences to the mentees from the mentors, that how does it actually work in real life. Many of us as adults, we have mentors. We have people throughout our lives that we've looked to for different things, and this is a way for a mentee to begin that process and to understand what a mentor can do for them now and in the future.
Okay, good. Well, I want folks to go to your Facebook page and like it and watch each week. I know I've been looking at, we kicked off last week, so I'm glad to see that we have some activities going on. So just recap one more time for everybody when it is, where they can go to sign up and other information.
Okay. It's January 19th and 20th. It's here in the Central Administration Building, and there'll be signs downstairs directing them where to go so they don't have to worry about that, and they'll be able to actually put in the application to be a mentor right there.
That's great. That's awesome. Thank you, Allison, for coming on the show, and you too, Renee.
Thank
and
you.
look forward to finding out who all the mentors are going to be on the 19th and 20th. And hopefully folks watching this show will come out and call you and be a mentor to a mentee. Thank you again. And we want to thank you for watching NPS Now. It airs weekly on WNPS Channel 47, or you can view us online at www.npsk12.com. If you have any great story ideas or information you'd like to share, email us at npsnews@npsk12.com. Again, we want to thank you for watching NPS Now.